STEM. That's the usual thing you'll see in South Korea. A lot of schools focusing on STEM, providing scholarships just for STEM students, and unfortunately, even the Global Korea Scholarship Program is moving towards attracting more STEM talents. But this video, especially for those who are non-STEM, is perfect for you because I want to make a video especially for you if you are one of those non-STEM applicants who want to get a competitive advantage and get the scholarship in the February 2026 Global Korea Scholarship Graduate Studies. If you're seeing this video, I would like you to comment your course and your target schools. I'll try to provide some tips specifically for your course and school that you can do in order to maximize your chances and prepare to be able to get that competitive advantage that we're unfortunately lacking because of our choice, a non-STEM course. So, in order to gain that competitive advantage, let's start with the fact and accept the fact that Korea is really moving towards STEM. Um, the NIED's Global Korea Scholarship Program, they explicitly mention that if you choose STEM as your preferred course, you will get the competitive advantage, the preference from them. And acknowledging that aspect is very important for us. For example, me, I'm a business student. It was very important for me to acknowledge that fact because I will be able to strategize if I'll be able to know what are the things that would work on my side. And unfortunately, the preference is not on my side. So the next few steps, the second, third, and the fourth steps that I'll be sharing here will be very important for us to, get that advantage and bring the advantage on our side. As I mentioned, the first one is the most important because if we won't accept that fact, we'll be living in a dream. It's not the reality. So we have to wake up, live our life, and live the reality that again, STEM has the preference, but we got this. Let's go on the second. So there's so many requirements required for the Global Career Scholarship Program, right? You have the personal statement, the study plan, those are the essays. You have the awards and certificates indicating what you've done, accomplished in the past few years leading to your application. These things, although reviewed separately in the sense that they have to check them individually, is part of a one package. It's part of a package, which is your Global Korea Scholarship application. For non-STEM applicants, the most important thing for you to do, especially when you're preparing your documents, personal statement, study plan, awards, and certificate, is to make sure that all of these documents are consistent. What I mean by this is that if I mention in the personal statement that I want to study about social entrepreneurship should also be available and seen and read in the study plan. At the same time, when I submit awards and certificates, aside from the leadership certificates I'll be providing, I should be able to submit something related to social entrepreneurship or be able to provide activities wherein I was able to join social entrepreneurship development activities. This is very important because, again, our competitive advantage lies on the ability to submit more activities, more awards, more certificates. Because for STEM, it's very hard for them to publish documents because it takes a lot of time. But for example, me, I'm a business major and I wanna mention about developing entrepreneurship, like developing a startup. A hackathon is a one good example of an event wherein I show expertise in developing business. For example, that's one. And then on class, I do operational plan, marketing plan, financial planning. These things with certificates, of course, signifies I am heavily involved when it comes to startup, to entrepreneurship. Again, from the personal statement, I mentioned social entrepreneurship, study plan. I also mentioned how I'll be able to study or look into the social entrepreneurship industry in South Korea and aligning it to the Philippines. Then moving to the awards and certificate, all of them, majority of them related to business, leadership, operational plan, financial plan, all about business. There is a common thread among all of these requirements, which is business. That is the consistency that I'm referring to. Your document should be very consistent in a way that when they read these individual documents, they will be able to know what you're applying for. And that's the advantage that we'll be able to get. Connecting this on the third tip is that with a personal statement and study plan, you should be able to showcase how deep your knowledge is about your field of study. Let's say I provide examples on the field of arts. I'll be applying for art major, master in arts, or for example, filmmaking. Let's say that's filmmaking. If I don't have any portfolio about filmmaking, what will be the basis of my knowledge about filmmaking? If I don't have any output related to filmmaking, what will be my output? If I don't have anything to share about filmmaking, if I critiqued some movies, online posts about reviewing different movies, my portfolio, these things are the most important thing that you have to present, especially if you're non-STEM. This goes to the art major or, for example, architecture major, music, because you need to provide evidence that you really know something about the course that you want to study. If you don't know, if you don't have any of these, like for example, you don't have any output, digital printed output, it's like you're giving the NIED your documents, but there's no substance in it. I'll go back to business because it's easier for me to explain that way. If I'll just mention marketing, that's a surface level knowledge. But I'll be mentioning like combination of AI and marketing plus psychology. Now I'm talking about something that's more realistic and more up to date. At the same time, it's deeper in a sense because it's not just a specific factor like a marketing. I'm now combining different facets of business that is very relevant in today's age. Again, aside from specificity, relevance is also very important. The thing for us, non-STEM major, it's easier for us to present these kinds of things because, like for example, for arts again, I'll go back. You should be having your portfolio. For business majors like me, I should be able to provide opportunities wherein I was able to develop business or actually worked. These things are very important in order to get that advantage and again put the good light on our side. Think of it this way. For STEM people, they need to submit like journals, thesis, publications in order for them to prove that they really did something. And that takes a lot of time. Like for us, as long as we have the portfolio, it's published, we have the artwork, it's exhibited, or if we have movies or art, it's published. We can capture those pictures and then include as part of our portfolio. That again is our competitive advantage. Lastly, one of the most important thing for the Global Career Scholarship Program is the perfect match between you, your course, and the university. I see that could be our competitive advantage in the sense that not all universities in South Korea are prioritizing STEM. There are arts major universities, and there are even universities that are into like for example policies. Example, which is the KDI. So they really focus into economics and policy discussions. Which, if you are a policy or international relations major, that's a university that you can apply to. They prioritize you because that's their expertise. That's why it's very important for you to find universities that prioritizes your field of study. And don't ask me about top school per each of majors you want to apply to because I don't know that. The best way for you to know that is to research each university. A quick Google search can give you top universities for this major. And then you scroll from each list. Usually, Sky University would appear on the top three. But if your grades are not that good, let's be realistic. Sky universities, they really only focus more on the top students. So be realistic. Be realistic with you and your credentials. And that's how you check if a university fits your preference or not. Check the culture, which major are they famous for? How do you think you'll be able to fit to the lifestyle within the school? The fitness to the Your fitness to the school can actually be your competitive advantage, because again, not all schools are interested about sciences and engineering, technology and mathematics. So if you've learned something from this video, feel free to, again, to comment your course, and I'll be in your school. I'll try to provide some tips for you to be able to strategize better, specifically for your school. But if you have other GKS questions, you may write them in the comment section. I'll try to use them as topics for my future videos. But till then,